Hello, it is a dark episode for April the 9th, 2022, and my god, is it raining quite a bit outside. So I'm not outside with the dogs right now. I'm in the bedroom having this little chat while the dogs bark in the living room at Ja. Such is our life. Yes, I was biking home, and usually I go for a good round circle to get kind of get exercise, get some good, you know, calories burnt or whatever. Just kind of warm up. I get exercise before work, I get exercise after. Tonight it was like, no, it was that kind of cold, icy, driving rain. Got out into it and my shorts immediately got completely soaked. This wasn't a little pitter patter. So I just biked right home and I was completely drenched. I came in, stripped off, hung up a lot of my biking apparel on the rack to dry. And yes, now the dogs had to go outside, put on the rain jacket, went out the front door, everybody peed, and then everybody went right back inside, which is probably a little bit of a shock to the dogs because they're used to wandering around the backyard while I yak to you for however long it takes me to unload about my day. I watched Charlie Heathcote do his waffle video today. He does his weekly waffle, and is it a waffle? Actually, I don't know. No, he wool gathers. I waffle, and I find his wool gathering strangely relaxing because he usually kind of bitterly complains about his fellow human beings and what kind of nonsense he has to put up with. He, to be fair, works in retail. It's a charity shop, but it's essentially retail where he gets to have contact with the public in a sustained fashion, which must be gives you plenty of grist for the mill for that sort of thing. I have to say, Charlie, through no fault of his own, reminds me of somebody I knew. I moved to Victoria with back way back in the day and would constantly have stories. Now the thing with this friend is that they would constantly have stories, but they were the same stories. And I mean, they'd gotten really good at telling them. And for the first while, it was hilarious because it was like a raconteur telling you these really highly polished stories. It's only as you got to know them that you found out that the sad truth was they only had this pool of stories and they would just tell the same stories over and over and over again until it drove you insane. Now, the good thing with Charlie is, even though he reminds me slightly of that person, I've been listening to his channel for, watching his channel for a good while now, and he doesn't have that narrow little bit of stories that he goes through again and again and again to the point it would drive you insane. No, he's somebody who is living and maybe is a little less I don't know if neurotic is the right word. It was somebody who the fellow that I did know back in the day, he did actually have mental issues, but it's I also, probably because of my own lack of patience, my own lack of understanding, being a young guy, probably my own lack of empathy at the time, he just drove me insane. I made the mistake of moving in with him. Did not go well by the end, and he was driving. He drove me insane, and I think a part of the reason why we didn't get along so well is that in the end he didn't have good boundaries, and I had overdeveloped boundaries of I wanted you far, far away. still have overdeveloped boundaries where I want people far, far away. So yeah, that wasn't great. So that's my little trip down memory lane for this entry in the Dark video series. All right, I've been Jay. More videos later.